What's up, guys? Another morning for some good old RV work. So we're getting ready for today. Got 4 jobs today. That's a full day for me. It's kind of hard to get more than 4 in. So you average an hour for travel, an hour for the work, give or take, depending on the job, and that's quickly becomes an 8-hour day. So the first job, customer complaint is he feels that his brakes suddenly went out. That could be an electrical issue, or it could be a issue to where the brakes aren't being adjusted right, or it could, people love to use these grease guns to keep pumping that grease in, blow out the seals, and the brakes could be all covered in grease. I just don't know, so I like to get all my tools ready, make sure I have them, especially when it's something that I don't do, extremely often. So these are the weapons, what we got. We got our grease gun out, and it has grease in it. We got our bearing packer, because this is going to require a brake inspection at the very least. So somebody calls about brakes, you need to go ahead and do a brake inspection, because if we don't do that and they have problems down the road, you can miss something and you're going back to a callback and you're getting the work for free. So we don't want to do that. We want to get the customer straight the first time, guys. So I got this Mac Tools kit, which I have featured before, but some of the new members to the channels, you might not know about it. And I got this one special. It was an extremely good deal, and I've used it a whole bunch since I've had it. So this is my bearing race and seal driver. All right, definitely gonna need that. This hammer came with the kit. It's all the stuff is Mac Tools. That's a 2-pound hammer. We got our seal puller, and then we got our, tapping the races out. We got our punch set from the little small guy. And this stuff is all made in USA, which is good. All the way up to the long one. I keep wood on the truck. Blocks of wood to sit the hub on, so I can have something raised up when I'm doing stuff like that. I like to have the wood. And then we got a Lao bearing packer. A lot of times bearing probably needs to be replaced. We got our snap-on, we call it a brake spoon adjustment tool. Definitely gonna need to be adjusted. It's supposed to adjust them every 3,000 miles. I'm guilty of not doing it. And then we have another snap-on tool. This is the axle. This is the size for the axle nut on most RV trailers, 1.5 inches. So that's a socket that I just keep in this kit. Now I keep all of these things in one box, my organization. I like to keep stuff together, so I am not fumbling around looking for it. I got to do something with these totes, because they got a myriad of things in there. And let's not forget, since this is going to be on a big 5th wheel, I have this 8-ton ram jack. This is a type of jack that you'd find on like a you could use this on a hoist, like a what we call a cherry picker. So but the height, it keeps very easy on the with the 5th wheels, those tall 5th wheels. This comes in handy, so I'll take this with me. All right. And for whatever reason, if that doesn't work, I got the tall boy jack that has all the different pieces that lets it adjust to different heights. So if that's too big to get under there, we'll go with the tall boy. And last but not least, we got our Porter Power, which, I will have a configuration in the Porter Power to make it work. All right. And especially with all the wood we got. So where I keep those tools at, and I just pulled it out so I can make sure I have everything. I don't want any surprises. This is my box. This is my bearing box. You see, I got all different types of bearings, seals, races, kits, and whatnot for different size axles. So we got those kits on deck. That's for 5,200 axles. That's for 44, 3,500 axles. I should have some stuff in here for like 8,000 pound axles. That's 7,000 pound axles. So I try to keep all the common sizes, you know, in here. And then even got some caps because they get bent up and sometimes they're missing the dust caps. Even got some dust caps in there. So that's typically where this stuff lives. I like to be able to be ready to roll, so I just got it all pulled out today. So when I get on the scene, I can go to work, because it can take a little time, you know. My computer software that I use to do the scheduling only gives an hour per appointment. So I'm trying to get the things done within an hour, even if it takes more. You know, I'm trying to get it done as fast as I can. Obviously, I'm not always going to be able to do all 4 wheels within an hour. That's why we charge by the hour. But I'm going to try to do it as quickly as I can. So, yeah, the weather is starting to change. The fair is in town. We're actually going to the South Carolina State Fair for this job this time of year. The State Fair has a camping section for all the vendors and the workers for the fair. And I get a lot of calls, thankfully, out to there. And this would be maybe my 3rd or 4th trip within the last week or so out to that location. So we definitely will be doing a lot of work out there, to say the least. So I am just getting ready for the day. I put my jack back there. It might fall over. I wouldn't put it past it. That's about the best spot I got for it. I could probably stick it back there. It might have a better chance of not falling over. That's what's going to happen. I'm going to hit a curve, and it's just going to slide that box right out, and it's going to fall over. So I used to have a bungee cord before I put the big Vito bag, the wrencher over there, which is now holding some of my other jacks and whatnot. I used to have it over there. And it'll still fall. It'll just fall long ways. So it's kind of hard. Maybe I could strap it to the handle here. Find a bungee cord and strap that up to try to keep it from falling. Strap it to the lift table. Okay. So yeah. Tighten that up. Other than that, maybe I'll get to take you guys along on some of the repairs. I hadn't been doing a lot of that lately. You know, I have a lot of clients, and some of them, you know, they don't want their property and stuff recorded. You know, a lot of these people are doing very well for themselves, and I can't always record their jobs, especially for, you know, sometimes with these very, very high-end coaches. You know, they don't want they don't want to be on YouTube, guys. Okay, so I don't always get to do it, and sometimes I'm just busy. I could have did it, but it's like my day is hectic. Like today, I got a full day, and I'm trying to go fast, so I don't have time to do the recording. So we'll be doing ohm testing on these brakes because, like I said, it could be an electrical issue. I'll grab the procedure for you guys. And show you, especially if I get to record it. But basically, on a tandem axle like this for large brakes, and this is on a 5th wheel, each magnet should be pulling about 3 amps. So you can do a current test, and the resistance. I'm trying to remember what the resistance value is supposed to be on the system. But I know that all of the wheels together, I should be getting about 10 amps. And there is a resistance. It's a range. It's like 2.8 to 4.6 or ohms, somewhere around there. And that's the resistance of the magnet. So we got to check that. And then we also got to check like the flatness. So I have like a, I used to keep like a steel rule, like a steel ruler, but you could just use a straight edge. I got some squares around here somewhere, but put a straight edge on the magnet. If it's more than like this little small straight edge, if it's more than like a 32nd out of flat, then magnet needs to be replaced. So yeah, I'm looking to see if I have my calipers, because I like to take my calipers with me when I do perform these inspections, so that if they're not in here, they need to go up here to get the thickness of the brake lining. So definitely need the batteries, just in case their battery is bad. It's easy to do the yeah, my calipers aren't in here, so I got to get my calipers. But that's what we got going on this morning. Like I said, we got 3 other jobs as well, but that's the first one. So let's get after it.